Hi there. In this video we are going to be taking a look at this EINHELL, or how it's pronounced, cordless rotating hammer. I think that's what this thing is. So this is the model and let's get to it. The exact model TE-HD 18 Li-Solo. Solo means it comes without a battery, so I bought myself one that will actually be used for a set of EINHELL tools which work with the same power exchange type lithium batteries, which is perfect. This one I already charged it, as you can see, fully charged. So yeah, let's see this thing. Three functions. It can actually tighten screws with this attachment, so it can somehow also do the job of an electric screwdriver, which is quite nice. Drill holes normally standard, and drill holes with hammering action at the same time. This is the hammering power, 1.2 joules. Maximum it's 12 millimeters what this thing can hold, but I think you can actually into softer materials drill even bigger holes. But the end of the bit it's the same, obviously, because it's a standard connection. So there's that. It's the SDS plus connection. So yeah, and it seems EINHELL partnered up with BMW I Motorsport, which is quite nice. Somehow it tells me these things are evolving and making better stuff, which I like. Yeah, it also has a LED on it, so if you are working into a darker area it will help a bit. Yes, the speed is controlled with electronics. It seems on most newer tools electronics is a big part of them, so hope that's up to the task. The three functions that I already told you about, and yeah, I don't know if you need to have a beard to work with this thing, hopefully not. I will grow one if required. And yeah, here it tells you the fact that the batteries work for all of the tools, which I intend to get a few of them. I already started to buy some of them, but I will get over time, because it seems they are quite practical even for this sort of stuff. So yeah, we will see. Now let's start unboxing, because I already talked way too much, as I do in all my videos. Okay, manuals want to add that you should register your product, because you will get 1 more year of warranty. So you will get 3 years, which for me is quite okay. So you register your product online based on its serial number, or I think it has a QR code, so maybe you can also do it directly by reading somehow the code with an app or something, but I'm not sure about that. I haven't registered anything yet. Yeah, quite hard to do everything with one hand. Okay, this is nicer than I actually expected. So to tighten screws, on its box you can see it was a part plastic, part metal tool originally. Probably they had some problems with that and ended up replacing it with a full metal tool, which I prefer, obviously. So let's get everything out of the bags. Okay, so browse through the manual, because who reads it fully? Only when things go wrong you fully read the manual. If you buy the variant that directly comes with a battery, I think it either comes with 1.5 or 4 amp battery. So my 2.5 is right in the middle of those, should be good enough. Yes, a bigger battery would mean a bit more power, but not sure if actually drilling power or only use time. So there's that, but then it would mean it's also heavier. Yeah, I bought one battery to use in all EINHELL tools with batteries, so there's that. This was the best all-rounder in my use scenario. So there's that. 1100 maximum RPM. Okay, that's about battery. We do not really care about that, in my opinion. So yeah, it also tells you quite clearly in here to use maximum 12mm drill bit on it. But again, in really soft materials, I think you can use a bit bigger, but that is 100% up to you, and probably it will void your warranty if you use a bigger bit. But yeah, there's that. Let's see some warnings in here. Anything of interest? Grease. Okay. Okay. So only after 30 seconds it will have its maximum hammering power, because they have used some thicker grease and it needs to heat up. Okay, so if in the first seconds you don't see it hammering away quite as you want, just wait at least 30 seconds. And I like something, the rubber in here, because this top part is rubber, then it's plastic. Yeah, this works as expected. It seems to be a bit wobbly, but it's not the first time I see them wobble like this, so there's that. Doesn't really affect anything. I like the fact that the rubber is actually smaller than this, so it does not allow too much dust to get in. The downside is that you need to search for the correct position a tiny bit, and in this configuration, as you can see, and in this position, you can use it to screw in stuff, which is a second use that's quite nice. This cannot be moved until you push on it, and then you can move it. But what I want to tell you, never rotate it while you are actually operating the tool itself. And this obviously has the possibility to change the direction. And yep, I don't think there is much else in here. Yeah, it tells you how to use this thing. If you want to get something out, you push it and then push this in and then pull on this. Yeah, it also shows you what I already said, that you need to rotate this thing to find the correct position to push it all the way in. Let me see if I can get it out with one hand, and I probably will not be able to do that. Nope, sorry, so I'll get back to you in a second. I want to say something. I really like the overall design and quality of these tools that I got in this particular purchase, but for that drill, for example, there is no place to hold some bits onto it. Older drills had a place somewhere around there that you could put a bit just to have it near you. So you only used the one in the top, you don't have a second spare one in case something happens. And what I would have liked to see, somewhere to put this in here. Maybe a hole here which is covered by the battery, and this remains in there until you need it and actually take it out. Or somewhere where you can push it in and stays there. When working, there's a chance you forget to take this with you or actually lose it. But again, this is a tool designed for home use, not professional use. So in theory, you will have this in a drawer or who knows where in your workshop at your house. So probably you will not lose it, but it would have been something nice to have a place to put it in here, but I don't see one. So maybe even in this area here, they could have made it, because I think this is just for structure. I don't think it's anything inside of it apart from the LED in there, which shines something like this. Anyway, this is nitpicking, so yeah, let's put this aside. Done with it. Let's put everything else aside. and plug in the battery and see how it chuches. Again, fully charged battery. Let's make sure we will plug it into this thing. And it should latch in place, and it latched. And it's not moving, not wobbling around, so it's quite sturdy in there. Again, what I would have liked on the battery itself, some rubber feet. When you put it down like this, it doesn't stay in its place, so you can really easily move it. But again, I understand these are less expensive products, and anything that they would add would also increase the cost. So yeah, make it cheap with not many bells and whistles. Anyway, let's see first chuch. This is just the plastic cover that's wobbling like that. If you want to see if it wobbles or not, look directly into the tip itself. And the hole itself, it's actually not wobbling. Yeah. Whoa. This chuch is quite loudly at high speed. I think it has a really high speed motor with lots of gears to give it power in the end. And high speed motors also create noise, high pitched noise. As you can see, some tiny sparks in there. It is brushed, so brushes make sparks quite clear, and probably it will not do anything if I don't push it into something, but yeah, this is hammer mode. So let's see. Oh, actually it does. Okay, that's nice. Hammer time. Let's rotate it, and yeah, obviously it couldn't consume anything from the battery like this. How do I feel it? Yep. Yeah, I could work with this. And obviously I am going to work with it for a while, and only then give you the end of this review, because there is no point on me drilling a hole into something now and just telling you, yeah, it drilled a hole, it's awesome. No, I work for, I don't know, 1 or 2 months around the house with it, and if I like it, then you'll get a final answer. And just want to tell you what this thing is actually replacing. It's replacing this thing. Again, same brand. This is what? This is at least 10 years old, and it was actually not only used at home, it was also used by my father for work. So as you can see, he needed to change the plug. It was all beat up, and this thing worked a lot, and it's still working to this date. It might have some bearings changed inside from what I remembered, and the brushes on the motor, the charcoal brushes replaced. This is also, you can change the direction of it. You can also control the speed of it, but yeah, you can see this is yeah, I'm weak also, but this is fairly heavy compared to this little guy. And for home use around your house, I honestly think this might be on the border of overkill. For concrete drilling in an apartment, at least in Romania, this is quite needed because weaker tools will not do the job. But I tend to think this will still be able to do the job, but a bit slower, even in quite strong concrete. But anyway, I'm moving into a house which doesn't have that much concrete anymore. They are just bricks, standard bricks. Those are easier to drill into, so this for a house, I think it's beginning to be more overkill. So I'm switching to something like this, which is much more convenient and hopefully easier to work with, and yeah, overall better for the job that I needed. So this is what we are replacing with this. If we succeed or not, I will tell you later in this video, after I show you a few holes that I will drill with this over time. Yeah, just wanted to mention, this is the RPM of this unit. And could this be built in 2007 or 2008? Not sure, but there actually is a good chance. Let's see on this one how the date code. No, they started to put also the year. So could be 2007 week 8, 2019 week 8, or not, who knows. And yes, this goes to 26 millimeters. So for proper jobs, something like this is required. This again 12 millimeters, but for what I'm doing in my house, I don't think I will ever need more than 12 millimeters, because either I go up to secure something in the wall with maximum 12 millimeters, or I need a big hole for an air vent or something, which also this one isn't able to do. But potentially you could use this one if you are making your own pipes for the heating in your house and you need to go through walls with it or something like that. But for me that's not required, so yeah, I just don't need something like this big anymore, for the moment at least. So hopefully this will do what I need, but we will see next. Okay, testing first holes that I need to drill with it, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, I think I need to start the hole without that one. Let's try again. And only now shift. Be back in a second. Yep, it's doing exactly as it should and working well. So, perfect. Okay, well, I will also use this to tighten the screws, because by hand it was too hard. Okay, doing this with my left hand is not the best. Don't do this with your left hand and film at the same time. Perfect. Okay, another job for this drill. Sorry about the wind. Let's drill all around this thing to cut it. And it did the job perfectly, and the heavy corded one or plug-in one would have been really annoying to use here. Another job for this thing. I need to fix that onto the wall. 6 millimeter bit. Put it in here. If I could actually locate the proper orientation, and it's locked, and drill through it and hammer in some of these things. So let's see how this works. Okay, so working at the same time with both of these tools, I got another bigger Aku that I'm using on other tools, and I put it on that thingy, and lots of holes all around this thing. Everything worked as expected. And now a bit bigger of a drill, a 12 millimeter, which basically it's about the max that this thing can handle, and it will go through this thickness of wall, because I need some switches on the other side. So hopefully this doesn't blow out on me. And yes, I will do this off camera. It's kind of hard to drill such a big hole, quite long also, and also hold the phone. I actually did use it for 1 minute with a bigger drill bit, 40 millimeter. something like that I think it is. So yeah, don't tell EINHELL. Drilled 4 holes directly into concrete with stones, absolutely no issue. So this thing is continuing to be perfect. And yes, you can drill even more serious holes. So this little thing is not a toy at all. Just drilled 2 more holes into cement and just wanted to tell you, the big 4amp battery that is charged freshly helps this thing drill much easier, even by the fact that there is more weight behind this thing. So yeah, a bigger battery helps with this tool. Used this thing as a rotary hammer many times. Now as you can see, I'm using it with this end, helping this tool to drill holes into this and attach screws to make a huge ass railing. This is awesome. I honestly cannot tell you a bad thing about it. Yes, 12mm is the highest that you should go on it. I went higher, it still worked. It's still working perfectly to this day, hammer or no hammer. The light is awesome on it. Doesn't drain the battery too fast. It's not too heavy. Yeah, I recommend you get it. That's about it for this video. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.